Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on Need for Speed Heat. In this one we're going to be taking a look at the best ways to escape the cops. Now this can actually be quite tricky, so I've devised a selection of methods to easily lose the police so you'll never get busted again. I've also made sure that they're spread out around the map so you won't have to drive a long way to get to them, and if you want to know how to do this, then stick around till the end of the video. So the first method is in the top left quadrant of the map. This is the most open and rural section of the map, so it's usually quite tricky to lose the cops here. What you want to do is to go up to the peak of this mountain, where you should find these big satellite dishes. Ideally you want to get there by coming up this road, going over the bridge and then turning left, where you should find this smaller bridge which you can go under. This is a really good reference point, as from there you need to be going pretty much straight on between these two satellite dishes and then jumping off the cliff. This should be enough to lose most cops, although if they are still on you, or if you just want to be safe, then I'd recommend that you keep going down until you get to this tunnel. From there, you just need to go back up the road you came, where there is a safe house, which I've made sure is conveniently nearby. This method is good, as it will work no matter how fast or slow your car is. While it shouldn't do too much damage to your car, you should be cautious if it is already heavily damaged. The next two methods are in the bottom left area of the map, and the first one involves this jump here. Ideally you want to get to this junction from the right, left or above, as if you drive up the road you'll have to swing your car back around, which is a bit risky, especially if you're struggling with damage. Ideally get there with some decent speed already built up and go down this road slightly before peeling off to the left. From there you want to aim for the left tunnel, hit the jump and you should lose the police. From there, I've once again made sure it's easy to get to a safe house, as you just need to take a right to get to the one by the port. Now, if that doesn't work, or you need something in a slightly different location, then alternatively, you can go to this area here. There is a jump which you can use if you want, although it's not vital to this method working. Ideally, come from the north or the east and just peel off this road to either hit the jump or just drive off the cliff. Now, while this method isn't quite as good in terms of getting to a safe house, as it is a bit further away, what's good about it is that the police only really have one option to follow you, which is to go off the cliff as well. In the previous method they could have gone around and kept following you, and while you would have definitely put some good distance between you and them, in this method you're guaranteed to wreck the cops or leave them stranded at the top of the cliff. Now, something general which I should also mention, and this applies to all of these methods, is to play offline if you can. Unless you intend to play with friends, then playing offline gives you a huge advantage when trying to escape the cops. This is because you can pause the game whenever you want, which is incredibly beneficial if, for instance, you're trying to do one of these methods and you need to take a bit of time to plan your route. For the next method, which is in the bottom right corner of the map, you want to go to this bridge. This is an absolutely amazing location to lose the police, as there are a series of jumps along the entire bridge. Which side you enter from does not really matter, although if you do have the option, then coming from the south, as this will make it incredibly easy to get to a safe house, which is once again very close nearby. Don't worry if you do come in from the other side though, as there is actually another safe house on the other side. Something you do need to be wary of though is that there are actually two bridges here. You need the one on the right relative to the map, and it looks like this if you come in from the north, and this if you come in from the south. Now we have the top right of the map, which is possibly the most common place you'll find yourself in a chase. This method is quite a well-known one, which involves this jump here in downtown Palm City. You need to try and approach from the right, which means joining the road, preferably somewhere along this stretch here, to then follow the road round and hit the jump. Now there's quite a big run-up, so any car should manage a decent bit of airtime, and the jump is rather big, so you're sure to lose the cops, as they cannot take it. Once you've done the jump, just continue to the ends of the road, take two lefts and the safe house is on your right. Finally, I have two little bonus methods, which include showing you how to get up here, which is quite possibly the most overpowered method. This is actually in a very similar location to the previous jump. In fact, it's literally round the corner. On the road where you would land after the jump in the last method, there is actually another jump. Now, this isn't marked as an official activity, so doesn't show up on the map. But if you can do this jump with the right amount of momentum, then you can actually land on this almost train track looking like thing, which goes all the way around downtown. The police will not be able to get you if you're up here, no matter how many there are or what heat level you're at. Even though the helicopter will still be able to see you, it will go away once the police give up, which takes less than a minute usually. Now, while this method is very good as you're guaranteed to be untouchable, it does have one slight flaw, which is actually getting up there in the first place. It's all too easy to smash into the wall if you're not going fast enough, or overshoot it if you're going too fast. If you want to avoid doing this, then I'd recommend trying out at daytime first, and work out roughly where you need to start accelerating from to get a decent landing, and for my car it was around the junction. The final bonus method is, well, just to drive into water. If you have police right behind you and just drive into the sea, it will destroy their cars, however you'll get respawned. You do need to be careful not to use this too often though, as you will start to take large amounts of damage and there is a respawn limit. This is more of a method to use when you're a bit desperate, although it can work very nicely in quite a few situations. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you have enjoyed it, then a like or even a sub would be absolutely amazing. Also, if you do like the format of my videos, then you should check out the money making video I've made on this game, which will be linked in the description. But that's everything, so thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.